guys, it's Pia here and welcome to another video where I remake one of my older customs. In case you want to see more of these videos, I have an entire playlist with them, and I actually made another custom already that belongs to this series, which is a collection of customs that are based on my original Elemental customs that I made a long time ago. So as always, the old ones were made from Generation 2 LPS and the new ones are made from new LPS, so that's why I think this is an interesting project. The reason why I do this is because I think it's fun to see the same design on a newer base, but I also want to see how I've evolved as an artist, and with this particular custom, it does look quite different from the original one, and you'll see in a moment what I mean. Once again, through random draw, I decided to make my air elemental next. This one is named Sylph, and before you start complaining about the names, I didn't come up with them myself. I actually completely ripped them off from a game called Tales of Symphonia, where there are summon spirits from different elements, and the air elemental in that one is called Sylph, so that's why this one is called Sylph. So yeah, let's get to the original version of Sylph that I made. It was made from a really cute corgi base, and as I said, the base belonged to Generation 2. So here it is, and I hope that you guys like it. So here is my original air elemental custom. This one was obviously inspired by some sort of Japanese dragons, and for that reason I gave it whiskers, just like they usually do. I also decided to give it hair on the head and on the tail, and I decided to sculpt it in a motion so it looks like the wind is blowing, and that's why the whiskers are kind of going the way that they are. And then I also gave it these scales on the side. With this original one, the scales didn't really have any purpose other than I just wanted it to have scales, but you'll see in a moment with the new one that I did it kind of differently. So I decided to go with really subtle colors on this one, kind of muted ones, because I thought that they represent wind well. I always think of wind or air as a kind of subtle element compared to fire and water and the rest. And I decided to give it kind of dramatic eyelashes and very, very light colored eyes. But yeah, as I said, the new one looks kind of different from this, and we can compare them in a moment, but I'm going to show you that one first. It was also made from a corgi base, which I actually absolutely love the new one, so I hope that you guys like it as well. So here goes. Here is my new version of Sylph. Here it is. It still has really light blue eyes, it still has hair on the head as well as on the tail, and once again it kind of looks like the wind is blowing in the same direction. What's kind of different is that I decided to skip the really overly dramatic eyelashes. I also decided to sculpt the scales so that they look more like some sort of tiny wings, even though it's not supposed to be wings, but I just decided to put them kind of parallel with each other so that they look like they make more sense than with the original one. And as for the colors, I went for a kind of similar color scheme, except with slightly more clear colors, slightly less muted and slightly more bright. And I also did put a lot more shading in the hair, so it looks a little more dynamic in my opinion than it did with the old one. I also decided to skip the whiskers because honestly, I don't usually blend my sculpted pieces. I know, I'm really lazy. And when I was sculpting the whiskers on this one, I just wasn't happy with what it was looking like, so I just decided to skip them. And I think that that was a good idea because this one honestly looks really cute the way it is, even though it doesn't reference the Japanese dragons as much. But yeah, let's compare them side by side. So here they are side by side. As you can see, the green on the hair is much more bright on the new one, and some of the other colors as well aren't as kind of muddy as they are on the original one. I do think that I prefer the new one just because the colors are just that much more brighter, but I did love the original one as well. So it will be really interesting to hear which one you guys preferred. Do you like the old one better or the new one? I'll just show them once again from the back so you can kind of compare them better. There they are. They do look very similar, but yeah, a little bit different. Once again, I think I did the stripes a little better because obviously I've evolved a lot since since painting the old one. But yeah, please let me know in the comments which one you prefer, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to seeing the custom that I'll be making next in this series. I don't know which one that will be yet, but I hope that you're excited. And please let me know if you had a favorite from the original ones that I made. If you saw that video, there's actually a link in the description of the video that will take you to that one, so you can check all of those out and tell me which one you are excited to see. So thank you so much for watching, and see you again in the next one. Bye bye!